5 minutes, one is 10 minutes. So if I'm going to do 10 minutes, I want Martin.
We are live.
Okay. She's also going to edit this part out because
I understand because we're live.
We are live.
We're live.
So,
Life is good.
all softball stuff.
Oh,
Nothing
cool.
scary.
No,
No
I'm
taxes.
I'm cool. I'm good.
No taxes, no nothing.
Yeah.
I'll say you can bring that up.
It is videotaping, but I won't cut it. I
Exactly.
promise you.
It's on the floor as we speak.
It's yeah.
So welcome back to Bike Week America. I'm Dan. I'm here with Martin. And guess who I am here with today? Kevin Diener.
We go to the we thing.
Kevin Diener's Kevin's in Chicago. If I remember, I just saw you in Brooklyn like yesterday.
Day before yesterday. It took me
36 hours.
36 hours to get here on my bike. I put on Facebook it was time for me to fly, and everyone thought I was getting on a plane. It's like, no, I'm getting on my chopper and rolling down the road.
Well, I'm glad to have a chance to interview you. We got a chance to talk on my last show.
Yes.
You were on my show with Ursula.
But I was on the phone.
And you were on the
I
phone?
couldn't come up here. I wanted to, and now I'm actually here.
And that's
Meet
why
you
we're
all
here.
in person and
Yeah,
hanging
no
out.
kidding. Finally.
So for those who don't know who Kevin's up to, Kevin is in town. He has a book. It's called Motorcycle Nomad. It's about his journey through the different phases of his life. For example, this whole thing started because he got out of the Marines. Am I close?
Yeah, pretty close.
Pretty close. I think that's the first step of the slippery slope.
I think so. So you did read the book. Yeah.
Prerequisite from the telephone.
I did the mini bikes when I was 10. I did the altar boy thing. I mean,
Right.
there were so many
I
parallels.
think there's a lot of parallels in my life as others, but the major difference is where what road I took after those happened. You know, the things that's happened to me, like it's happened to everyone. I decided I don't want this to happen again, or I'm going to go a different route. And that's how I ended up, you know. And yeah, the Marines was a big part. I learned what signing a contract means. I learned that, you know how much life is valuable. And when you give up part of your life, it's a huge sacrifice. And I'm greedy now. I like my life, and I like doing the things I want to do with my life the way I want to do them.
There's a quality of life that comes with having the freedom to do what you want. And I'm more of the quality of life type because this time is so valuable.
Right.
You know, I'm looking for the quality of life. Your road trips, though, really started in 18 wheels with Easy Rider. I would say.
Well, I drove a truck in the Marines, and I got out of the Marines. I drove a truck for a couple more years, but then I started doing carpentry, roofing first, and because there's more money in it. Mm-hmm. And I was just trying to get a Harley, and that's why I wanted money. That's why I joined the Marines. That's why So I'm not. I
Serve
don't-
your country, get a Harley.
Well,
Maybe they should use
that
it.
was my plan.
Yeah.
It worked.
That
pretty-
wouldn't hurt.
I signed it, and so that's kind of I to make some money. I don't like money, but it's a necessity in certain things, and so I was trying to get a Harley and trying to do the travels, and and here I am now. Fast forward all this stuff, and now I have a book, and that's ultimately the same thing. It's to make some money to pay for some gas so I can go to the next town and sign some more books and make some, and it's working.
Well, I think it's cool because you actually get to meet the faces on your Facebook and
I
things
love
like
that.
that too. I mean, I'm so honored to be sitting with you.
They've been coming in and out all day. Yeah, we're friends on Facebook.
Yeah,
so nice to meet you.
It's a really cool idea to actually get to meet the man behind the book, behind the story that everybody talks about across the country.
Well, when I say I like to travel on my Harley, I mean, it's more than just ride to a place. It's to meet the people. I like to get off the beaten trail. I like to meet people that there's no way my life would ever come in contact with those people.
Right.
And that's beautiful. And with the internet, I've met a lot of people that I've not officially met yet.
Right.
And that's
Me
cool,
being one of them.
Right. And here we are.
Yeah,
Here we are
see,
now.
it all works.
So who came up with professional tourist? That just seems to fit the.
It really does. I had Michael Litker came up with Mayor of Fun.
I saw that on your helmet.
Yeah. That's another moniker that went because I'm always having fun.
Oh,
and so he's like, of course you're having fun if you're the mayor of fun.
We all want to be you.
Couldn't be married.
When we grow up.
It is. But professional tourists, it started as a joke, you know, and I put that on, I forget, that was like back in MySpace days or somewhere, you know, just for a joke. But now, even more, it's true because I get paid to be a tourist now, you know, whether it's with my book or a paid appearance somewhere.
Blatant plug.
And so, you know, that's what it is. I'm a tourist. How many other people get to travel and get paid for it?
Yeah, and we all dream about getting on our bikes and just getting out there. And when you just do that alone, you're going out with an empty toolbox.
Right, right.
You know, there are so many different things that Kevin has actually discovered along the way and shared in the book that you need to consider before you do anything silly like sell all your stuff and go. There are preparations that you need to make.
Well, there is and there's not. You know, and that's another thing. When people do start to try to prepare for this, I say it's like jumping out of an airplane. You know, the hardest part is going out the door. But when you go out the door, you'll figure it all out. You know, that's the hardest part, is leaving the door.
I pay big money to stay on that plane. There's no way I'm getting
Right, but that's just going for it is, you know, essentially, when you talk to anybody, why don't you go to Sturgis? Why haven't you? Well, and there's so many excuses, and most of them are the same: time and money, with family involved with both of those.
Right.
And so you just do it. You know, and you're not. It's okay. You know, your family might like the break for a while. You know, but it's
both sides.
that just going through that first step's the biggest thing. So
What's the difference today than it was when you first started out? Do you have like a huge difference or?
there are a number of them. Before it was, I had my money that I made for that, however it was,
right, for your period of time.
Right, and that's my period of time, and that totally dictates my period of time.
Right.
Now I had a small group of friends that some of friends might knew somebody who knew somebody where I was going, and then, you know, and that was kind of like a little in, and they might give me a little help, you know, maybe a couch to sleep on.
Right.
Well, today I got through Facebook and other social media 20 or 30,000 friends.
Absolutely.
You know, I got all kinds
Finding
of
out
people.
you stayed at Gina's house 10 seconds from my house last night, I was ready to beat her, but that's okay.
You should have came over. And that's the thing. I'll go to someone's house to hang out with them, and there's 10 people there now from the neighborhoods that come over.
There would have been more.
Exactly. I gotta keep it low key. But that's the difference now, you know. And so now it enables me to go out longer for less money, you know.
Right.
And it's not everyone could do. It wouldn't be cost effective to just live on the road. But once you go out the road, you start figuring it out.
Well, the nice thing is the biker community, we protect our own, you know, and then some, but we protect our own. And I mean, you've always got someplace to stay,
right?
Even if you weren't who you were.
Well, you know, if you have a sleep, I learned that in the Marines. If you got a sleeping bag, you always have a place to stay.
Saw it on the front of your bike.
You always have a place to stay.
Saw it on the
no
front.
matter how, you know, you always got a place.
Right.
If something falls through, no big deal. And that's the thing, no big deal. You know, another moniker is professional house guest. And
that's what it turned into.
Right. Well, there is a thing to being a professional house guest. An amateur is easy to stay out. You're welcome, and you leave, and there's bad with both people.
Ben Franklin said 3 days in company starts to smell like dead fish or something like
fish
that.
in company.
Yeah.
Is he the one that's, but I've used that before. I didn't know he said
Ben
that.
Franklin.
Fish in house guests. They all smell after 3 days.
Ben Franklin.
And the key is, no matter how much, I've had so many people,
that means you're staying until Tuesday.
That would be Gina Woods, folks.
You know, but I like to leave early. I couldn't believe we were going to get through this interview without one interruption.
No, it's Gina.
It's Gina.
It's okay. She's in here. Nobody else is. That's a good thing.
So you got from Brooklyn to Chicago. Have you thought about maybe the next 6 months? Have you thought
6 months?
Oh, because I think that's about as far as you want to go.
You know what? Even putting this together, we were doing it a week ago, and I take some commitments. Obviously, if someone wants me to do a personal appearance and they have a large bar or an event where there is money in the budget to pay me to show up, and then I work and promote their event, that gets that gets first billing, so I'm going to do that, and I put that in my schedule. And then wherever else events are, people in that area, I try to put it together. Winter is a slower time. There's not a lot of bike rallies, so I have been trying to plan out my winter. Basically, where am I going to spend it at? I want to be somewhere where it's warm so I can ride the bike.
Right.
Last year I spent it in Kentucky so I could
I'm
build
gonna say
my
the picture
bike.
of you guys, you and Ursula on the bike for the Christmas lights. That was so cool.
Yeah, we did a lot of riding, and it
yeah.
was cold. And one day it was 27 degrees.
Cold to
We
you.
ride.
Cold
Cold
to
to you.
Cold to you. Yes.
That's cold.
We live in Chicago.
Come out for Joyce.
I spent
It's
the
not-
last
not
3
nice
years
out.
were either in Arizona, Southern Cal, or Hawaii.
Nice.
Before that, I was living in Miami and spending.
You need to become a
in-
groupie of this guy.
So I mean, yeah, for a homeless guy, I have a nice winter home to stay in.
you
Someone
go to-
else's, but
And you go to Nova Scotia a lot.
yeah, I've done that every
noticed that
year.
you've been doing that.
5
what's
years
up
in a
there?
row.
What's up there?
They have the Wharf Rat Rally up there. It's an incredible rally. It is so cool. It's the people are so friendly. Yeah, especially
they are.
it's I call it the Canadian Hamptons. and that it's
I was
just
gonna
like
say
the
that.
ultimate destination.
Yeah.
But you don't have to have a lot of money to be there, you know. And
That's cool.
and everyone comes out and they
Very
want
rugged.
to talk to you. They want to hang out.
It's a very small town feel for such a large area. Everybody knows everybody. Yet it's everybody.
And if
takes care of you.
if you're a stranger, a lot of places, if you're a stranger, everyone's nosy and want to find out more. But up there, when they found out you're not from there, they want to talk to you.
Right.
They want to invite you in their house. They want to cook for you. They want you to stay there. They want to anything they can do.
Just absorb.
And
They
if you
roll
have to
out,
leave,
yeah.
then they're like, okay, we got these relatives that live up here, and they're calling them. I mean, it's unbelievable. And this is for everybody.
that's a
This
cool
is for
network.
everybody. It's just really. I've never been anywhere that's that friendly.
That's
The
what it
whole
seems like.
Providence,
It seems like you're
yeah.
going there for the atmosphere.
It's
It-
cool. It's cool.
So that ended up on my bucket list somehow.
Yeah.
Just
You
knowing-
know what?
Just
It's
knowing the energy.
well.
that
That's the
you're
thing.
bringing back
If
from
you
it.
can get up there ever is just incredible. They also have Cape Breton in Nova Scotia, which has the Cabot Trail, which is one of the top 10 riding destinations in North America.
Gotta
And
go on my bike.
it's basically like an island, the coastal road
Yeah.
all the way. So you got water all the way around.
It's like
it.
going up through
Not to-
Mackinac. It's kind of,
Oh,
they got
it's
the water
beautiful,
all
that's
around
too.
you,
Right.
and it's a
Yeah.
gorgeous.
But it's mountains
Right.
that are peeling off into the ocean.
Cool.
So
you gotta
you're
set your bike
down there is a
properly.
beach, and there's a cliff, and there's a mountain, and you're on the road in between. I mean, it's just phenomenal, and all the way around. So it's just really cool. One other reason. So
I never
anytime
heard
you
of
can get
that.
up there, anytime you can get up there is
in
cool.
the air.
Do you
is
have
cool.
another trip coming up? Going up there?
I just came back.
That's
After
what I thought.
Sturgis, I go. The Wharf Rat Rally is a rally that the town of Digby puts on every year. And Digby's known for the world capital of scallops,
Yep.
Then we need to start
As-
putting this on our
as they pronounce it.
Because everybody
That's
goes
why
to
I
Sturgis,
go there.
You know, it's,
Yeah.
Now the 9/11, going
Yeah.
out to DC.
Right.
For 9/11.
Right. 2 million bikes. That's so
You know,
awesome.
Where do we do all these things? I'm putting it
You
together.
got to kind
gotta
of pick
put it
and
together.
choose and put
Yeah.
them together.
Right.
It's a lot going on.
Your supporters are now in the millions, as I'm sure you know. Do you attribute any of this to your annual? I'll try that again for the third time. Annual pilgrimage. I can't speak today. Up to Sturgis.
Sturgis is huge. Sturgis, absolutely. Sturgis, you got 500,000 people at Sturgis.
Oh, easy.
And I've been in a lot of the bike rally magazines that
Right.
come out for
Oh, yeah.
Sturgis. I'm the mayor of fun currently at
I know
Buffalo
you are.
Chip,
I know you
which is
are.
awesome. I'm working on more plans to bring my fans backstage with me and hang out with some of the bands down there. Me and Woody that own the
Oh,
Chips. I'm
yeah,
like, you know
right.
what? I get to do all this cool stuff, and my friends and family get to read about it. Why not? Let's work some kind of deal where some of them get to hang out and come back there.
Those
And I think that's
passes, yeah.
It seems like you always come back, with,
Yeah.
I'm on general.
Energized, yeah, very energized.
Yeah.
from
It's
that,
cool
yeah.
to see. I mean, that's what growing up, I always wanted to do and never got to. So
Yeah, I'm still on that list.
it's a bucket
I'll
list. I
get
think
there.
it's a good one.
I'll get there.
Can you give me 2 tips that you would share with the bikers who are thinking about life on the road? What 2 things would you share with them if they were thinking about doing anything like this?
Well, I think one thing is just do it. Just get out and start doing it. Don't let excuses like I don't have the money and I don't have the time stop you. Just start doing it, even small, and you can do it in baby steps. You know, say, well, I'm gonna go to Sturgis, or maybe a smaller rally that you've never been to but you wanted to, and just keep the budget down. You take a sleeping bag, you'll have a place to stay. You know, and you can do a budget. I did the Alaska trip. I knew I did not have enough money to do it. I knew it, hands down. But I always said, I knew that my friends, as your friends, will not lend you money to go on vacation. But if you go on vacation and run out of money, they will lend you money to get home.
Get out of there, yeah.
So I just went
that's
anyway.
the second tip that
That's
we
it.
There you
That's
go.
a good
Second
tip,
tip
right.
to go away with. Get there, they'll send you away.
Right. Yeah, they're not going to leave you there. But they're not going to give you money, to go to Sturgis. So that's how I do.
So when's the Beaner movie gonna come out?
I have talked with some people about reality TV show.
I'm telling you.
And I mean,
I know you've been getting little things here and there.
And
give him his half hour. Give him an hour.
You know what? There's
Got everything from Turtle Man to whatever. I'd rather see you on
it really. What's funny is their idea of my life in reality is awesome.
Right.
I'm living the dream. I'm having a good time. I never know what every week's going to bring, but it's all going to be interesting.
Right.
For sure. And anybody that's followed me on Facebook, it's amazing. So the people that's talked to me in Hollywood with production companies and networks, they say they get it. And then they want to throw some different idea like, okay, well, you ride around your motorcycle, and how about you hunt monsters? And go, and it's like,
They're gonna make it better than your own life.
Yeah, right.
That's not what you were in it for.
So you don't want reality. You want something
Well, and how would
fake.
you handle? I mean,
Then get someone else, not me. I'm not your guy.
Even the other different reality shows. I mean, these people have camera crews and people in their faces all the time. I mean, you're on your bike. That is your home.
Right.
That is your
Yeah.
life. I mean, how would you handle that kind of,
Yeah,
being told which road to take? I mean, that.
Well,
That's why
ultimately,
he's more of a movie than a TV show.
Yeah, not a reality TV
I
show.
think it could be pulled off. I might be naive about this. I even wrote about this in Cycle Source.
Right.
I think that I could make it happen. I have done some filming with like Discovery Channel on some of the bike builds, and it got a little awkward. I think it'd be Paige, but.
No, we're good.
No.
And anyways,
We'll edit that
it
out.
can be.
All of a sudden, all the head shit.
What do we do? What is Tony doing back there?
Edit.
And I'm telling you, when you do this behind the camera,
That means we're shut.
probably not. Yeah,
I'm trying to come in the back door.
Oh.
That's
Okay.
okay. They'll wait.
they'll figure it out. Well, thanks.
We'll edit that.
Sorry.
Okay, start roll now. What are we talking about?
We were talking about reality TV shows
Yeah.
and trying to figure out how they were going to do it, and the production companies that were going to, kind of come around, and they had some ideas.
So I've talked to some of these production companies, and I think we could do it. But one thing, I'd have to be involved in like the production of it.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's where, I don't want to be a yes man. And when they come, okay, this is great, we love it, now we want you to do this. No, some of that doesn't fit. Like me riding around investigating Bigfoot and other myths, monster myths. I mean,
You might get to go to Scotland to look for Loch
right?
Ness.
And I'm down with that. I'm down with going overseas. But
Yeah.
even if I do go over there, instead of spending time looking for the Loch Ness, I'm going to spend the time down talking with some of the locals,
Right.
the guys selling the tickets to go
Right.
look for Loch Ness,
Right.
and maybe I'll take that boat out and I'll take a fishing pole and go trolling for Loch
There you
Ness,
go.
or something, and having some
Knowing your
fun.
luck, you get it.
Yeah, it could happen. But I'm not gonna set out on that format. I don't know. Just like I don't know what
You're
my
right,
life
it's more
has.
movie.
I don't know what my life has in store for me. I find that out when I go out on the road. When I leave here, I'll find out what's
next.
What's
yeah.
next, and that's kind of what I think reality show with me in should be.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
I think you're a
Absolutely.
second book in the making.
Well,
you probably
in
have
fact,
enough
I'm beginning a second book now.
Excellent.
Very good.
One of the adventures that I'm planning is I'm going to fly to Asia, to Vietnam to be exact, with a one-way plane ticket and some money, and I'm going to buy a bike over there that the locals ride,
Right.
because they
Yeah.
all ride like
Right.
smaller
I was gonna say
500
mopeds,
cc's,
yeah, and things like that.
scooters,
yeah.
but in nothing over 500 cc's.
Right.
So of course I want something, a little bigger than a scooter, but That's whatever they got. I'm going to take a can of purple spray paint and I'll spray paint it.
Shockingly.
And you know, it'll be mine. You'll know it. You'll see it. You know, that's Beaner's bike.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to ride down Vietnam and cruise the coast. And then I want to head west
Cambodia,
and go through Cambodia, Laos, Thailand, India,
That's awesome.
maybe up to Tibet. Absolutely. And all these are dirt roads and mountains.
Right.
And I'll just have an old beater bike that I don't care.
Well, Ali
It'll be
has
awesome.
this plan. He's got a plan. One of our co-conspirators, I guess you call it.
Right.
He's got a plan to do that. He's also doing Dubai this year. That's another one of
Right.
his, things.
That-
So
That looks like
Yeah.
So yeah, and that's
expensive.
I want to keep going and go as far as I can. And when the money runs out, I'm just going to throw somebody the keys to the bike and get on a plane and fly home.
That's awesome.
And I don't want to make any plans on what cities to avoid. No, I'll figure that out.
You'll
When I'm in
know
that
that
city, I'm like, probably shouldn't be here. I better leave.
Yep.
I'm thinking the Marine Corps probably trained you pretty well on that.
And that's
Feeling
another
that maybe You're not
aspect.
welcome.
No, who has ever been to Vietnam but military?
Right.
Right.
So I mean, I think this is a different perspective that I'll be giving.
I think it'd be awesome.
to
That
go
I'd like to
that-
see a film crew
that's a
on.
book.
That-
Well, and that's another interesting possibility.
Yeah.
So
So if you have a GoPro and you want to give it to Kevin,
Yeah.
I go by Beaner most of the time. My mom calls me Kevin, but about everybody else calls me Beaner.
his book is called Motorcycle Nomad. It's out now, and I would count on 2 or 3 more volumes. The way you've been making your journey, and now you're able to detail it a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
I think the upcoming books are going to just.
In other words, Dan's poking for you to write all winter long, so you get
Yeah.
another book coming out in
Right.
spring.
Right.
I do. I'm going to be on Facebook putting some stuff out there. What I want to do, just like working with production companies,
Right.
working with the publishers, there's certain restrictions.
I know that.
And so my next book I plan on publishing myself.
Good.
And that way I have free range to do anything I want and go anywhere I want.
Right.
And so but to do that, it does cost a little bit. So I'm going to try to do something on either Kickstarter or one of those other,
Nice.
where people can help and contribute.
I was going to say you can get a lot of support from the
Right.
community to
Oh,
pick
yeah.
up some of those.
But I don't
pieces.
like to just ask for stuff. I really
I
don't.
think though, if there's going to be a goal at the end of it that everybody wants so bad, we're craving that next book.
Well, that's the
I think
other thing.
That'd be a good idea.
I had like Team Beaner that I was working with,
Right.
and people that want to be part of what I do a little bit more. So we have
Beaner.
packages, right?
Peter was here.
And so with
That's
with
going
this,
on my car.
it could be different things to be involved. Like you could get your name in the book. All my
Right.
supporters will get their name in the book.
That'd
So
be
you're actually part of the book. You're not just
That's
giving me money to
That's
go
how it
have
goes.
fun.
That's how we roll.
And
You're
you
rolling-
know,
you're paying
it's-
it forward, yeah.
Right.
You're paying it
And
forward.
we're all involved in it together. So
We're getting the
It's
ramp
all
sign
our
from the
energy.
door, my friend.
so keep watching my Facebook for that.
So yeah, that's the easiest way I
That's it.
find Kevin. He's on Facebook. You can find me. I'm on Facebook too.
Me
Martin's
too,
on Facebook.
just Martin. We'd like to
Uh,
thank Shay's Closet, first of all, for letting us have this interview.
Yeah, we got it.
This is an outstanding place up in Palatine. I suggest all of you come up here.
Look at all this great stuff.
I know I got a pile of it behind the cash register. I can't
Ladies,
afford now.
these are my favorite shoes. if you're looking for a good pair
got
of
it
Shane
right
shoes.
sure
there.
does got in the shot with this.
So this is Bike Week America interview on the road. Thank you to Kevin Beaner and Martin for showing up. This is Dan. I'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you both.
Thank you, Kevin.
All right.
Very much.
Thanks
brother.
a lot.
Very much. Cool.
Well,
That's a
that
wrap.
10 minutes just went a half an hour.
I know.
It always does.
I'm
I'll
so
just-
sorry.
I'm
I
cutting
didn't
parts
know
out
you
now.
could get to a lot.
Yeah, that's about